Okay, so let's get started. Now what we need to do is gather inventory. Inventory is the basis of everything. Without inventory, you might as well scratch all the other solutions, go by. They're no good. You need inventory data to know what you're targeting, what you're missing, and everything else. So let's go ahead and start with that. So we'll launch the console. All right, so we're at my portal. Now, I do know the first time setup. So the first part was discover. Second part was roll out the agent. We still have one that's unmanaged. That's fine. Collect inventory. Well, there's not collected, no inventory, inventory collected, 0. So collect inventory. If you look, this is going to collect inventory and we need to apply it to computers. Now, we can set this daily, weekly, monthly, but there's more to it than this. That's why I don't like That's why I like going the old way and go manually, do everything. So I do know if we go settings, all settings, agents, plugins, discovery and inventory, Windows. So application metering and inventory agent both fall under this. Application metering will not install unless inventory is installed. And I'll give you an example. These are grayed out. That means they're not enabled. If we come in here, do this, update. It should give me 7 resources, okay? Now if we come up to the application metering, now even though it says 0, even on the inventory agent it said 0, it should not have said 0, but if we do the same thing, we do update. Okay, it does show a couple. Inventory agent, the application metering agent does not target servers. However, I believe unofficially it's not supported, but I have installed the application metering agent on servers and it works. So it depends on what you want to do. So all we do to grab inventory is real easy. We come in. So we have to install the inventory agent before we can gather inventory. So we enable. Okay. Once ASAP, you can notify the user, it'll pop up. You can warn them. I don't like doing any of that, like keeping it quiet. So we'll save. Now, if we take our Windows 7, and all we have to do, so every computer will check in. So update config, no, come on. And what you'll do is down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you have the main Altiris agent installed, I call it the base 5. You have 9 total. You have 5 here, 6 inventory, 7 software management, 8 patch management, 9 application metering. So if somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh, I'm not getting any patches," or I don't have any software listed under software delivery, you can tell them that check this and make sure that they have whatever it should be, whether you have all the solutions or not. All right, so what I'm going to gather from this is what we need to do. Let's come over here. Everything relies on membership updates. So let's go ahead and run this. Like I said, this will run on its own. I still have it set to 5 minutes because it's a test lab. I did change my agent deployment to daily. I didn't show you that part. All right, so let's give that a shot. Still nothing. All right, let's go take a look why. Well, this is something different that I will show you. This is the actual grabbing of the inventory. We need, see, there was multiple ways. Before I went settings, all settings, it showed a lot, and I drilled down through here. Inventory agent. All Come on. I may be, see, I'm trying to keep the tutorial where I just jump agent based. I'm wondering if I bet you. All right, we'll do this. Software management agent is how you get software deployed to your machine. I thought that the agents did not rely on this, but we will go ahead and we will check. Go on, save. Okay. Ah, okay. That's good. Let me shut this off. I don't want us to do software. Okay, so it just took a couple minutes. I'm very impatient trying to do a tutorial. I don't want to wait that much. So what'll happen is the agent will start to install. It'll shut down the Altiris client, and then it will install the agent. And here you go. Now, I did do this if you saw. So if we come back to agent settings, what you'll notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as I stated, there's the inventory agent. Now, under software delivery is where you will find everything that got deployed to the machine. If you show scheduled, show internal. So if the inventory agent actually did show up here before it finished installing. If you want to see the expired, this will show you what patches got installed. Shows you everything. Okay, that's all we have. Under task status, we have nothing because we have no tasks yet. So this is another thing we'll get to. But just want to show you. Okay, so inventory agent is on this machine. Now we can grab its inventory. Now what I was showing you a little bit ago, if we go agent-based inventory, which is also managed policies. As I said, there's so many different ways you can get to things. Discover an inventory, see? Same exact spot. Now, this is server inventory. Collect full inventory. This, if you notice, this is exactly what was on that first time setup. But what you didn't see was the deltas and whatnot. So what I like doing, let's take a quick look. I do monthly. Actually, we're going to do a custom schedule. We'll do 1 a.m. every month, week 1, Sunday. Okay? Advanced. You have other options. Computer is connected, available at the exact time. That's a tricky one. User is logged in, user is not logged in. This here, start and end, will allow you to say, don't start caching yet. So you can actually set it for the 28th. And then you can give 6 months and you can end it. That's more for like software deliveries when you got projects you want to roll out software and whatnot. But you can do it here too. I'm just going to leave it alone. Apply to. I'm going to, I believe, let's do, take a look. Let's do all. Alright, nah, I usually don't do quick apply. So anyway, apply to computers. This is interesting. It's something to, so it starts with every computer. And then exclude computers in or exclude computers not in filter. So if you can follow this, you got to really think about it. Start with every computer and exclude computers that are not in the filter. Windows computers with inventory. Let's see if that shows up. Windows computers with inventory plugin. That way, only the computers that have the inventory plugin get applied. We say update. Look at that. Our Windows 7 box was the only one that came back. All right. Now, you can change this to computers and users. And there we go. See, you can do it by applied by, and it'll tell you who did what job. So if you want to find out what person did what, but computers and users. So Windows 7 is the only one that's applied, hasn't been started yet. All right, now I'm going to go in and I'm going to do some Delta. So Delta Soft, save that first. Nice how it pops up a message for you. Okay. Software and hardware. I'm not going to do server inventory. So first thing is turn it on. We'll do weekly. They want to do, that's fine. We'll leave it at that time. All right. Computers. See, nothing is applied to. I turned it on, that switched it. So we'll do computers. Add rule. Following it again. Start with every computer. Exclude computers that are not in a filter. Windows computers with inventory plugin. Update. Okay. Now these will update with that Delta and full from that other page, a resource update page. All right. So let's save this. Looks like some other machines are already SQL got the inventory agent already. Well, it was set to, for every 5 minutes, so. All right, let's go to hardware. Collect Delta hardware. So this is tricky because it is hardware. You do deploy more software than you do hardware. I will just do, I'll leave it monthly, that's fine. All right, actually this one's already applied. All right, so it's already set to go to 2 machines. So go ahead and save it. Now, let's go back to back to machines, update config. New configurations received. Now, they're set to go when it's time. Now, of course, we want inventory now. So we'll go to jobs and tasks. And this is where you can deploy now. Remember I said jobs and tasks fall under deployment solution, which the deployment solution is the now tool. So let's see, discover an inventory, nothing here. Samples, I know they have one in here. Now we can search too. I want to look first. Keep right clicking. All right, processor now. Collect hardware summary. All right. All right, so I don't see it here. For sake, let's go try first time setup. Collect inventory. Yeah, that was here. Let's do, can we do this immediately? How about, trying to think. See, we do it differently. I actually created, my inventory is not done this way because this is done through tasks. I actually do it through policies and software delivery. We actually have a better use for that because if this task, the inventory done here is through tasks. If they don't run, if the machine's off, it doesn't run. If you do it through software delivery, when the machine is powered back on later, the software management piece says, oh, you're supposed to install this yesterday, run it. And it'll run the software inventory. Actually, look like it did go. So here we go. Collect Delta. Wow, actually collected everything. So that was nice. Actually, so it did the Delta software, end time, none. All right. Anything else? That's it. Well, so at least for Windows 7, let's go back here. And see, once you get some of these solutions set up, they'll just start rolling and you don't have to worry about them again. All right, so let's double click. Now, if you remember earlier, I told you some of this was filled in. But look, licensed programs are now in here. Now this is a new test lab, so I don't have Office. I don't have a lot of other things. We didn't deploy patches. They'll all show up here. But if we go into inventory, I showed you the data classes. Look, we already have a lot more now. We have solution, add, remove programs. We have installed file details, installed software, software delivery execution, which showing it is ran at this time was the inventory plugin, operating system, inventory results. So there's a lot here still to be had though. I'm looking and we need the full inventory to run. Okay, it took a minute just to peruse a little bit to see the best way to do this. As I said, I don't normally do it this way, I do it a different way. So anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to right click into a folder just to put it at the top of the list. Actually, we have samples and systems, so we don't have to put a 1. What I do a lot of times, I put a 1 dot space and then whatever I'm going to do, so it puts it at the top of the list for myself. But here, I will keep it uniform. So test lab jobs tasks. Okay, let's right click, new folder, inventory, right click, new task. So these are all the tasks we can do, but what we're interested in right now is gather inventory. So let's do test lab get gather full inventory. We're going to do hardware, software, and file properties. All right, we're not doing the server stuff as I said. We're doing everything here. So you can add other things. You can, Unix and Linux. For Windows, you can add drives, exclude drives. Run options, send inventory changes, deltas only. So you just got to look through and do normal. Throttle inventory scan evenly over a period of whatever, another account. There's other options here. Back over here, we had folders. We can include, exclude. As you see, these are excluded. Unix and Linux folders are excluded. All right, so we're good to go here. So, we're good. We're going to say OK. And we're going to say OK. Now that's here. Before I do anything, though, I'm going to go in and do another task. We're going to go back down here. And let's see. This one. Update client configuration. This will have all the computers, whatever you assign it to, check in. Update client configuration ASAP. So we're going to go ahead and say OK. I'm going to leave that up here now. I learned a few different things in class. I had class this week, so let me give one a shot. If we go to computers and we highlight, no, we don't want the Altiris server, but we highlight everybody. You can click, drag down to jobs and tasks, drop it, and look. It automatically added it as a schedule. You can schedule it out. I'm going to say now. Now we go back to jobs and tasks. Look, the machine over here, as you see, it just checked in. Click properties. Package server is still running. The other ones have already checked in. So before we actually gather our inventory, I want to make sure the inventory agent is on them. Let's go to initial time, first time setup, because here it told us. All right, well, hopefully, I was hoping it would tell us it had the agent. Doesn't say. All right. We're going to do the same thing. Computers, grab, drag, gather. Now we also chose to look over here in the corner. New tasks received, gather, full inventory, it's running. So that worked quick. I mean, it's instant, pretty much. It goes out and contacts the client. Let's take, we haven't messed with the 8.1 machine yet. Let's take a look at that. So while that's logging in, pull over to Windows 7, pull over the Altiris server, move that over. This guy's still running. Windows 8. Once again, I like doing this. Let's take a look. First thing I do, there we go. Has the inventory agent. Tasks. Gather full inventory. It's running. Perfect. We got things going. So while these are doing their thing, let's come back over here. Let's refresh this list. We know the Windows 7's been running for a little while, so let's go look at inventory. Alright. This was our basic that we had. Hardware. This is new. Monitor. Computer system. Storage, printers. I mean, there's just so much. Operating system. We have software. This was here. And it's still running, so I believe more are going to come in too. I just want to show you, you have inventory coming in. Now, let's go to reports, all reports, discovery and inventory. We didn't discover, if you remember we did an AD import, but look at what you have. So the discovery reports are not going to be, they're not going to work for us. Even though under inventory is a Windows folder, operating system, count of users with admin rights. You know, there's canned reports, but you have to create a lot of the reports. You're going to want what's under cross-platform. This is where a lot of the items will be. So look, we already have 3 of them. Oh, my Windows 10 is good too. Here we go. Look, memory, CPU, frequency, free space, count of computers by operating system, network services. Alright, if you look over here, which ones are using what DHCP server. Now if you right click, you get a drill down report. And here they are. Now if you wanted to modify these reports, unfortunately, these are canned reports. You cannot, you can't modify these. However, I'm trying to see what else, if there's another report here, that would look good. Alright, so let's say the inactive machines report. Let's say you had a machine in here. Oh, so on a report, it will run automatically. If you'd like it not to, because you want to change stuff, because some reports can take a couple minutes if you get a lot of tables joined and whatnot. And sometimes it's horrible waiting minutes and minutes for a report to finish for you to be able to change a variable or a drop down or anything and then rerun it. So what you do, uncheck auto run. Now you have to remember to click run. And when you, let's say I had a machine here and I had 30, I have to click run. And let's say I had a list of 50 machines. If I put 10 and click off of it, it's still 30. You still have to run it. So you have to remember to do that. So we don't have a lot in here yet to really show. See what we could do though. We did have info here. So let me, sorry if you heard that. My son came downstairs with a friend and they were going to play in the basement. I said no. All right, so here, this is what I was talking about. So domain, we only have one. Computer name, server type. All right, here we go. So I clicked it. It didn't change. You have to click run because I have that box unchecked. And even if it was checked, that only works when you click on the report. All right, so they dropped out. Let's click this. So we get more info on the screen because I am running a low resolution 1024 VM. You can change what filter you want it to go with. So there's just little stuff with, yeah, we're pretty much done. We have inventory. There's not much else to show with this. Software delivery is where we get more involved. I guess we can follow suit with Symantec. Let's do this. Let's go back to rollout agents. So as you see, we have the inventory agent installation out there. Still one computer. Let's take a look. Who is it? Should be the LTSB. Oh, no. Haha, that's interesting. Oh, no. Okay, you know what? I chose not to choose the NS, forgetting it also needs its agents. So this will go ahead and get the inventory agent. See, it just closed down. So this will go away. Application metering. We're going to go ahead. All right, we'll click it to show you what's here. So it knows there's 4 machines because servers are excluded. Run once ASAP. All right. I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to apply to, let's see what this job is first. Windows computers without application metering. How do I want to do this? Because I don't care if the server, well, you know what? I'm not going to put on the servers. I was going to put on there because you can, just to show you. Just trust me, you can go ahead and add. You could do apply to, add rule, computers exclude computers, not in filter. All right, Windows servers. There you go. You could do this. There's the 3 that will get it. I'm not going to bother with that. So we will enable it, save. Now, once again, this is waiting for this computer to check itself in 1 hour. Well, that's why you set it, forget it, and just, you have a scheduled rollout. However, back again, we go back to our jobs and tasks, and we have this guy. So if we click it, rerun, now we should see, okay, that's interesting. Can we just clone this, rerun? No. All right, so I was hoping it was going to save them. I will do this. See, there's a different way you can even do this one. Look, new configuration. So we have the application metering agent already. It did not shut down the Altiris agent. Come over here. There's the application metering piece. Now, application metering, there's a lot to it. Nice stuff, neat stuff, good and bad. I will get into that now. I guess we could jump over to that. All right, let's do manage policies, software, application metering. I'm using a gaming mouse and I right click a lot with this mouse for some reason. So the application metering policies, there's a couple things you could do. One, right here, blacklisted applications. You can create a rule or software. Software comes from the software catalog, which we'll get to in software delivery. Add, let's see, rule. Now, the more you add here, the harder it gets. And I'll give you an example. Let me take, what do I have? Let's take, actually, I should actually take off one of my machines. Oh, you know what? Here we go. This is an easy one. All right, so we'll do Notepad. So, file name, notepad.exe. Okay. Now, let's go to Windows 7. Windows, is it here? Yes, it is. It's got a Notepad. What I do with EXEs is you click Properties, go to Details. Here's all your info. Now, if you do the file name and you did the version, well, now you're going to be specific to that version. Or if you added Microsoft Corporation in here with wildcards, you're going to lock down where more criteria needs to be met for this to not work. Now, using a file name is a bad idea. I will show you. Let's do this. All right. So, the initial filter, there's a filter that says computers with application metering agent. So we'll go ahead, we'll get this. It's going to run in 5 minutes, but we'll go ahead and do that now. And you know what? I'm going to make this 30. Oh, did not want to run it again. All right. And same as the policy update. We're going to run it. Hit OK. All right, so they're saved and they ran. Now, if we come back over here, edit this, update, there we go. Much better. That's what I expected. All right. Now, this will only show up if I delete it and re-add it because it was a default. It does update on its own. And let me see what happens if I click off and back on. Click off, click back on. All right, see, there it is. Now, if I check this machine in, update, new config, and now let's run Notepad. Look, nothing. People go haywire. Why is it running? Run as administrator. I need Notepad. Doesn't tell you here. There are places, there's blacklisting reports. You can get an idea who is running and whatnot. Still no new. Okay, now, this is why I said using it is a bad idea. Let's do folder search, view, hide extensions. Okay, so here's notepad.exe. Watch this. 1. Oh, you're not going to let me change it. All right, let's do this. Not what I wanted. I need to take my kids to MMA black belt cycle in a little bit, and I'm kind of rushing. Sorry. All right, let's do cd root, cd windows, rename notepad.exe to one notepad.exe. Access tonight. System app. Go figure. And I don't have anything installed. Let me think how we can do this. All right. So let me install something. Hold on 1 second. All right, so I didn't test this out. I'm gonna let you see with me if this works. So the 80K setup for Windows 10. We're gonna go ahead and we're going to copy this. We're gonna go local. New. Yeah, we'll put on a desktop. Paste. All right. Now let's come in here. We're going to change this. We're going to modify this to ADK, and we'll call it Windows 10 ADK. And we'll call it ADK setup.exe. Now we'll say OK, save, check our machine in, update, new config. Now let's take our file. Is it going to run? It looks like it is. It's an installation file. Shouldn't. Okay. I believe it is not. Now, I want to be patient. Okay. It got far enough for me to hit run. So I guess the OS was coming up with the run, and I hit run, and it did not run. So that's good. But if I come over here, and I go, you know what? I'm going to rename it. Still no new configuration. The server doesn't know that you've changed it. But now I'm going to run it. Takes a little while. Come on. All right. Run. Look at that. So, you see, by renaming it, it's not fail-proof. So what I like doing, back on the file, properties, details, look for something. Usually, this is embedded. Original file name or product name, something that's unique, something that they just can't change. So let's come back over here, get rid of this, and we'll put, let's see, there's known as, product version, product name. All right, product name is right here. I don't think, let's see if we can use wildcards. Product name. Windows assessment and deployment star. Okay. Save. New configuration. This may not work. Run. Okay. It did not work. It did not run. I'm sorry. So that's a good thing. So wildcards. You can use a star in there. Just for sake, let's do this. Make sure that that wildcard is working. We'll take the wildcard out. And we'll take the T off the end just in case that did end there. Save. Update our machine. New config. Double click. Run. It came up. Decline. Yes. So that's cool. So let's go back in. Deployment star. And this is fail proof. They can't change it. That's a blacklisted application. It'll never run. It'll never pop up for them. It'll never tell them why. On option. Aha, okay. So, record usage events, deny, daily, weekly. If run attempted during deny hours, you can send an email. You can inform the user. Custom message. Sorry. Windows 10 is not supported in our test lab at this time. If you wish to be a part of the pilot, please contact the help desk. And then we'll leave the policy name. So that's nice too. So it has variables to it. We're going to say save. Let's go run that again. Well, check the machine in. New config policy. Run. Look at that. Okay, blacklisted applications. So now you can get even, you can critique things. So a lot of times a default item within I don't like using. Disable it, clone it, because what happens is if you were to modify that and you upgrade to say 8.0, it might overwrite that because that was a base one, so base policy. I don't like using the base policies. So instead of blacklisted applications, I'll call it test lab unsupported applications. We will enable it, save, check it in, run it, test lab unsupported applications. Say, not bad. It's nice when things work in a tutorial as they're supposed to. Now, we can take this a little differently. Now, once again, like I said, I could do stuff under here. I'm going to, because we'll move it later, one.test lab, new folder, application metering policies. Now, if you notice, because we created this folder, we right click, all we can do is folders. So you do need to do things under the correct folder for that product, for that where the policies already are. So we will, new application metering policy, add software, no, need to do a rule, and we will call it notepad. Now this one we can't rename, so notepad.exe, but you'll get the idea. So we'll say OK, and I got another one we can do. So edit message, and I'm going to pause to see if the app's even on the machine. Okay, good old Windows XP. So notepad will do. Notepad, why can we not save it? On, edit. Oh, okay, that's fine. Cancel. So, notepad, what do we want to do? Allow it, record usage, start and stop, and this will give you an idea if you want to do how many people are using Publisher out of Office or Excel or PowerPoint. You can do stuff like that. And we're going to record it because we're not denying it. We do not have access to actions. So we're going to allow, but you can also do only deny running at certain times. So we're going to allow it. Now, this isn't going to do what I wanted. I wanted to pop up a message. But what you get the idea is you can start between 8. Okay, it's 5:52. You can run it between 8 and 5, which is what's here. Only deny from there to there. Why would we deny 8 to 5? So let's do 17:01 to 7:59. And sorry, application can only run between work hours. Let's say you're an 8 and skate company, you don't pay overtime. This will make them not be able to. Now let's call this notepad.exe. We're going to move that up here. Okay. New application meeting policy. This is the one I had to go check for. Software. I'm used to using software catalog. Solitaire. Sol.exe. I told you not best to use exes. It is my lab. I'm not going to be changing it. We want to test it. So say OK. Curious Computers. My XP box is listed. That's good. Let's turn it on. This one, what we can do is a few things. One, we're gonna deny it. Actually, we're gonna deny it altogether. Because what you could do is you could deny it only during work hours. That's why you'd want to do this, so people can play solitaire after hours if they got to work late. Record usage, deny, no action. Denied. Get to work and don't play games. All right, save that. No, didn't give it the name. Okay, we'll save it. We're going to move it up here too. Now, yeah, what's nice with this is there's so many other things. Like, so I'm showing you this. Further down here is patch management. And down here is software delivery. This is where we're going to do software delivery. So you see it gets cumbersome. Like, where was everything? And then some items have items, as you see. I like pulling everything out. Take this out of here too. And what you'll have is you'll have whatever you want to call it. And then you'll have application metering, software delivery, patch policy, whatever. So I usually do that. So now this is all set up. Let's go to trusty old XP, update config, received new. All right. I had it up and running. So sol doesn't run. Now, if we disable this, you can right click and disable from here. We come in, update, sol.exe. Okay, so solitaire's up, right? Let's say somehow somebody snuck it on. So let's say it was out there on a computer. You're like, hey, I think people are using this. Let me create a policy. Now, one other thing we did, notepad. Right, it's going to run. It's not going to prevent us, but it does track, which I'll show you where in a second. Still nothing. Okay, now enable it. Policy's enabled. Computer hasn't checked in. Time goes by or hour goes by. They're playing their game and they're having fun, and system goes. It should. Okay. Well, it is Windows XP. That's interesting. So I did this for Link, which is also known as Skype for Business, and Link 2013. It actually closes the application out. So what we can do is go back to our policy. Oh, it took a minute. Look, it popped up. So if you know there's stuff out there that you don't want people running and you're walking by and you see it and you don't have to say nothing. You get approval, you go through the process, you set it up, you inventory it, you find out info about it, you deny it, and there you go. It is gone. All right, yeah, gotta love, because default Windows XP with all these games. So that's application metering. That is inventory solution. The last thing to show you will be reports. Let's dive in. So I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so the one I can show you that I wanted to show is application metering. Underutilized software, meter software without a file, start stop, denial events. And we have, so in Altiris 6.0, before Symantec purchased Altiris, Altiris was known by a company called Altiris, and 6.0, you could send this more frequent. You can do it every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all this denial. In 7.6 hotfix 7, it is set to daily. Whenever in a day, it can run at any time. What I can tell you is if you're setting this up on a test machine, okay, you saw that they popped up, but if you want to know if the reports are going to work, There are on the machines every new policy you create. See, program files, Altiris agent. I'm trying to remember, will be in agents, software manage, software delivery. No, I'm looking for the Q directory. I have to remember. It's right in front of me. These here are my denial and blacklist policies. Now, if you open them with Notepad, it's going to look like gibberish. But when you look at it, this one's solitaire. If you look through, where they're at, if you scroll around, so here's another trick. So here's the file that was ran, that was denied. We keep looking. You're going to find a timestamp in here. I do want to let you know, I won't be able to find it. I don't see it. It is in UTC time zone. So if you look, it's not going to give you the correct time. You can create a report and fix that. Here it is. 2016 09 16. So there's the date at 2:14 49 21:49 36. So 21st hour, 49th minute. So it's here. This will go up to the server in due time. So every now and then you just check this out, see if the data comes up, and then you can report on it. So that was the biggie there. Another thing is if you go to computers, and I actually send an email out when, say, a certain app that we do not allow runs, and it pops up a message and tells them, and there's variables you can email in automation emails. We'll get to that when we do automation emails. But Windows XP, view, events. It's not an inventory, it's going to be an event. Let's see. Actually, we're missing a data class. And that may not come in until that machine sends up its info. Tough to show you. So I think what I'm going to do, well, I could pause it and wait for a day, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So you'll come in here and there will be an AEX SWD start and stop and denial. You know what? I am going to go ahead and let it sit for a little bit. I'm going to let the server sit and see if we can get that in here and then let that other report show up. All right, so it'll be a while. See, it's 6 p.m. on a Friday night. Talk to you. I know it's only been a couple minutes. I thought I'd come check something out. So yeah, the denial events are still not showing. However, interestingly enough, executable usage. Check it out. Notepad exe was ran. Now, what's interesting is the program file version. Let's see. It's going to open up in the same window. I don't like that. Okay, so Windows XP. So we need to, no real way to go back. That is annoying at times because you got to click off, click back on, let it run. Second one is Windows 7. So I ran Windows 7. I ran on both of them. And you can also create your own custom report while we're here. Let's do that. Well, so that's the point of the drill down. But if you don't want to drill down, check this out. So we'll just test lab executable usage. Now what you'll find is we have the edit button. So let's edit. Now I don't know what the report. Okay, so it's going to be okay. Okay, SQL. So they got declaring scope, install software count. What I need. Okay, this isn't going to be an easy one for me just to do. I was looking for this. Let me see if I can pull away with this. So ID. Select distinct id dot name. Let's do that. Let's see if we break it. Yeah, okay. Not going to be it. What I was hoping to do is in the table ID, AX identification has name, which is the host name. So what we will do, oh, it actually ran into the drill down. So we're going to delete this for now. I can show you how we definitely can. We use SQL, pull in the SQL Studio and dissect it more, but my big thing is just want to show you. Sometimes reports are very basic and you can modify them. Application metering. Since I still have it here, let's check it out. Auto run. Nah, still not here. It was nice that the executable usage, so like I said, replace Notepad with Publisher or WinZip. You know, if, let's say you want to see how many people are really using WinZip or versus 7-zip, and do you want to repackage a new version? So this is one way to do it. All right, we'll come back later and hopefully we'll get some data here. Let's see. All right. All right, welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and give something a try. I knew that there was a way that you can force the update, and I found it. So, how-to article 124375 from January 12th, 2016. It says that this registry key right here will give you the last time inventory was sent for application. So all you need to do is go check that and change it. So let's go check it out. So regedit, local machine, software, Altiris, Express, NS client. Here it goes. Metering was done a while, today. So if we take this, let's go 2 days ago, 14th. So we sit here. And we refresh. They say, Ken, see that article said, watch the registry key for a minute and refresh. The date should automatically update to a new date, indicating that the application meeting data has been sent. Get that clock going. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the date and time is now. So let's go ahead. I hope this report goes. And no. So we had denial events. We should have, right? We had Sol, which was here. Interesting. So, like I said, things take time. It's not a now, the application meeting especially. A lot of other things happen quicker. This one does not. Well, I want to save this and go through the video and upload it. So I'm going to go ahead and just close. And in the YouTube channel and the listing, in the subject, I'll put when the data actually went up. So not a biggie. At least we're there. If the app works, the reporting is nice. But you know what? The ability to actually stop apps is even better. All right. So executable usage should still be 1. Oh, look. Interesting. So we're also monitoring on this too, and KSEP. So you know what? The data did come up for those two. So it may take another minute for things to go. This report will update, trust me. So like I said, there's still things in the back end. Anyway, we're going to stop there. All right. And so now that we have inventory solution application metering, next is software delivery. That we're going to dive in. That's going to take a bit. We'll deploy like WinZip. We'll deploy 7-zip. So, well, it'll be a little interesting. And I kept this to just under 1 hour by 6 seconds, 5